Hi, welcome to the UX course. Now we are at module 4 and we are entering into the third chapter, which is at first I have made some changes and now we'll be doing text boxes and forms and variants because we need to enlarge it and see in a better way so we can learn and understand better. And before we jump into it, let's go ahead and do a little recap. So, uh, in module 4.2, you learned how to create buttons, how to add icon to a button, how to create interaction between two different button variants, and you also learned how to use material icons. So I think that has worked for you, and you could see, like, once you create the button, how you can change the state, icon direction. If you can show and hide the icon, you can also change the icon, and you can also change the button text, and you can create all those properties while creating button variant. Now let's go ahead and understand how to create text boxes and how to uh, put it in a form with different variants and different error messages. Let's go ahead. Wait, wait, wait. All right. Let's delete some of these text and create a template text box. All right, let's use that. So what we'll do is we'll take a small text first. Let's do that, and we can name it placeholder. And let's open the layer panel and let's auto layout this. Call it text box, and let's go ahead and use a stroke onto it. We can use dark, that's okay, and text font size, let's change that as well. Font color, I mean, let's use this as well, and let's go ahead and use uh, padding. You can use 7 here, and for this as well, I think let's use 7. I think it should be enough. Or this we can use 14. I don't think it should be a bad deal. And for width, let's use field container. Let's use a left side. And for text property, let's reduce the opacity to 70. It looks like a placeholder. And I think for text size we may be right, we don't need to change that. And do we need a curve? Maybe we can use some curve. Let's use the smallest curve we can have. Okay, that can work. And let's now bring it outside, or we can just delete this and create a variant within. Let's just duplicate it. That's, oh, we already have that, so that should not be a problem. Let's duplicate it. Delete this, delete, delete, let's delete both of these as well. Okay, text boxes and variables. Okay, now this, what kind of a text box is this? This is a normal not filled, not filled text box. Okay, this is when, let's make this when someone is typing. uh, let's use this and let's put this as an highlighter, that means it's active. So for active, we let's use a stroke that it is active. And so you can see the color or not, you can see the color but it's not that highlighted. Let's use the brightest one. Okay, that's not highlighted again. Let's use this one only for now. Okay, then let's go ahead and let's use, if someone has typed already, so I can just say, let's say first name, or just use my name, Ranjan Pathak, and we need to reduce, we need to increase the opacity here. This should be complete opacity, and this should also be a complete opacity. And this and this, they both will have fill. So let's use off-white fill. That means they're active. All right. Now let's use another part. Let's copy this only. Maybe this. So if someone has typed and if there is some error, let's use error validation, and we need to create error color. So let's go to the colors and let's create an error color. Let's use a random red. We'll do more research when we are in. Okay, that looks okay to me. Let's use the error, and we need an error message. So let's type message, something went wrong, and this needs to be smaller, so we'll use an indicator, maybe smallest. It might not need to be bold. Okay, why is it bold? This doesn't need to be bold. And let's use a color. and let's combine both of these together in one auto layout. Let's call it error. Let's bring this left side. Let's work on the gap as well. The gap is too much. Gap can be a little smaller. Okay, so now you have four different. This is, I don't think this is needed. Maybe we'll see if this is needed or not. This is not needed. Okay, this is needed if something is filled out already. Let's say Ranjan Patak I have filled in, and this is completed. So this will look like this has been filled out. So there is no error there. So this be like empty, and this has been filled. This is typing, and this is error. Now let's use the same method we used in the last chapter. Let's select all of these and let's go to component, create a component set. Let's call it text boxes, and what we can do is we can select all of them, and we can use, for width we can use fill. Okay, so I'm not seeing. Okay, let's use, why is there a content? So if this is an auto layout, let's put this, let's use fill. So it doesn't hurt us. Her content will not work out probably. Okay, this needs to be auto layout in order to use the fill. Now we can use the fill method. Okay, for all of it. I want to be using it for all of it. Okay, now this works. So now what you have is you have a component with all the different kind of text boxes. Now let's go ahead and use it in our temporary design. So we can remove this, and we can keep this uh, story form. We can keep both. We can move the button a little down, and we will remove this, and we'll go ahead and bring in our asset component from text boxes. Now let's bring that in, drag that out. Okay, now it is dragged. Let's create four different boxes. Okay, so you might be forgetting something. This placeholder text should be changeable, so we use this method. Let's call it change text, and let's use it for this, this, and this. Change text. Okay, they cannot be same, so they have to be different because the text is different. Field, and this is a different kind of text, which is, it is an error message. OR. All right. So now let's go ahead and change this to first name and this to email address, this to phone number, this to we can have something else. Okay, let's bring all of these into one container, and let's use some gap variable. We can use a larger gap so it looks better. Let's use this for source or anything, it doesn't matter. uh, contain content, and we can use this for submit, and here we don't need an icon. All right, let's create another page from it, so you'd be able to understand if there is an error. Okay, let's use this as, okay, generic form. So let's imagine I typed in the email address, but there was an error, and we will be changing. Let's say I typed Ranjan dot abc.com, invalid email and input, or we can say whatever we can say, whatever we want we can say. All right, this one we can say this is correct, this has been filled correctly, this is still pending. So you can see that there is email validation, and also different kind of validation can be input when you are creating these kind of text field boxes, and you can use these properties of creating different properties in different variant. So you don't have to create different design all the time. You can reuse the same component all the time. That can also help you keeping everything consistent. That's very important in a UX design, that your design looks consistent across all the pages, and that can help you basically have a better design, and that will solve most of your what you call alignment and consistency problem. For an example, if you see in the body, I can use the gap as well to have a larger gap for the body between containers. So this can be part of, let's say, one container, and I can name it head cover. This can have larger gap, little larger gap, better gap than this container. Let's try give it more. We can use 14. Okay, this looks way better than what we saw here. This was too consuming. So you can see, as I'm being more consistent, the design looks better and better. Design doesn't look that bad, because you can see everything is aligned to its core in a way that there's nothing missing, there's nothing going out, there's nothing uh, going in outside of thing. So I think this is what can help you do a better design and keep everything consistent. Now let's go ahead and see what we are going to learn next. So we learned about text boxes, forms, and how to create different variant and use it in a design. Now in next chapter of module 4.4, we are going to learn consistency and component library, and also include the same thing again, which is how to create a page for a mobile or a web, and how to format your content in a way that everything look consistent, aligned, and it Figma always helps you with auto layout and everything, so that should not be a problem. Thank you. See you in the next chapter.